Hello. So we're gonna try this drinking half horn, which... Ah! Did you just wake up? There's breakfast downstairs. Don't you want to eat breakfast? You don't want to eat food? You hate food? What? Never mind. Downstairs. Where do you think mommy is? Fun is not allowed in retail. I heard they just crashed Classic and wrecked it. What are you doing?
What is?
It's a napkin.
5,
What do you mean?
4, 3, 2, 1.
I can't. I just started streaming. I thought you were gonna go downstairs for breakfast. You should go eat. Did I just pour? Okay. Yeah. Let's look at these backstabs real quick. It does work a little. No, wait, the cooldown is different. Mist isn't classic. What? Classic Mist is like dead even with the server mega mergers? Any thoughts on why the open letter to Blizzard was released? Yeah, because it's the right thing to do. And I'd like to point out that in the past, the Turtle WoW folks have said things like, yeah, go ahead, take all our work. We'd love to have some sort of licensing agreement or something like that. Watch my original interview with the Turtle WoW team. Is it like 4 years ago? And listen to what was said in that one. Because literally their stance has never changed. They've always wanted to be legit. And it would be the right thing to do for Blizzard regardless. As I've said myself, I've personally contacted people at Microsoft and said, hey, you should be licensing these private servers the same way you do like Minecraft and things like that. And you should be building tools so people can make their own. And then they just fucking don't do it. I don't know. No one responded. That was before Bobby Kotick left too, so nothing's stopping him now. I should put some poisons on my weapons. I feel like I'm missing something. Maybe not. I just don't see any reason for Blizzard to respond. No, they're not going to respond. No one at Blizzard can respond. They are legally not able to.
5, 4, 3, 1.
Where is it? Fuck. Oh, this is so annoying. War? Still enjoying the batshit insanity of hardcore classic? Nice. Anniversaries, season discovery, and progression servers. Why the hell did they even want to reach Warlords of Draenor at this rate? Well, they're just not building on any of the original classic. Maybe they are now, and that's why they've started the lawsuit. That's kind of what all the copers and seethers who are anti-Turtle WoW for whatever reason are trying to say. But I don't know that that's the case. Ah, you gotta get under that lip there. What's that? A key? Oh, a greater scarab coffer key. Nice. Anyways, I don't see any reason why. Okay, so Blizzard can't respond. Like, Microsoft would absolutely fire anyone who even tried. In fact, they've probably been strictly forbidden from saying anything to anyone at... That's a problem. They've probably been strictly forbidden from saying anything to anyone. And if they do, they might get fired. NDAs? Yeah, NDAs among other things. I mean, absolute legal threat for sure. Because I know in the past they have talked to people from the Turtle WoW team, people who at Blizzard were playing Turtle WoW, probably still are playing Turtle WoW. There are people who work at Activision Blizzard who are lurking on my Discord server. And yeah, they're not allowed to talk to anyone anymore at this point. I'm sure that Microsoft's legal department came down and said, hey, don't fucking talk to anyone anymore. Because corporations control you there. You don't have freedom of speech. You have freedom to die if your corporation kicks you off your healthcare. Welcome to America. Why am I dying? Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh no. That sucked. So much for my parse. The TWOW team knows Blizzard wouldn't go for it. I just assumed they released the letter as per PR to get more eyes on the game before Blizzard takes legal action and does like an IP ban in America. I mean, strategically, yeah, that makes sense. But I can tell you, you can go back, watch my first interview with the Turtle WoW team, and listen to them say, yeah, we want Blizzard to take all our stuff. We'd love for our work to be part of the real game. So nothing changed. The idea that they're just doing this as PR is ridiculous. This is actually what they've always wanted, is a licensed way to legitimately make this.
Beware. Your courage will fail.
Morning, KT. I'm just floor napping here. There was no totems at the time to unfear me, so I walked into... Well, I think I just happened to be too close to the boss when he died, because I couldn't see his health for some reason. Oh no.
Beware.
Do you think their hand was forced after the Rico charge, though? From an optics perspective, if they released it earlier, it would debunk all claims that the letter's a last-ditch effort to save work. They don't need to save anything. No matter what Blizzard does, they can't stop Turtle WoW. The servers will always be up in some form because they're in countries that don't give a shit what Blizzard says.
Your heart.
So that's not the concern. Like the idea that Blizzard can unilaterally just shut down Turtle WoW is ridiculous because they don't have any jurisdiction. The Rico charge is insane. That is definitely not going to fly, I think, at the end of the day. But even if it did, the countries would not enforce it. So unless they have Batman who can like fly into Singapore and grab a server, what are they gonna do? How come I'm more interested in what? How come I'm more interested in how Turtle is developing Quoth Lost than Blizzard doing it in Midnight? Because you know that Blizzard's version will be a soulless cash grab and like monetized to the gills, and you'll have to now level up to level 182 or whatever the fuck the new expansion will require. And that all of your previous stuff will be gone and useless and like do piddly damage. Just all the reasons that we all love Turtle WoW. Because Blizzard doesn't understand those aspects anymore. Or maybe they never did. They always were doing expansions that obsoleted the previous content. Which I always thought was a mistake, but at that point you're not building the World of Warcraft, you're building the World of Expansion Craft.
Your courage will fail.
Most of the expansions aren't even on Azeroth at this point. Nostalrius also alleged Blizz hired PIs to follow individual devs around. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. So they might be able to make the Turtle devs' lives difficult, maybe, but I can't confirm that. I wouldn't put it past them. I would not put it past them. They are... And it is a Microsoft company. Now, I will say that that sounds more like a Bobby Kotick maneuver than it sounds like a Microsoft maneuver, but who knows? Because it's the same team, the same legal Activision team doing this that was doing that. So oh shite. They compared the old and new and a lot of I watched a compilation where they compared the old to the new, and a lot of nice little details are just shoved under a rug, essentially. Well, yeah, because it's about getting it done fast, getting it done as fast as possible. All the little things, the little nice touches that a level designer might put in if they had a decent amount of time or freedom to do things, are effectively removed. That's what corporate necrosis does, is it like strips away all of the individual voices that usually make a game, all those nice touches. Like if you watch Jibe playing Warcraft 3, and he plays OG Warcraft 3, not Reforged. He points out all these things, which I thought was quite interesting. Things that I sort of take for granted as like that's the point of game development, so of course we're gonna do these things. Oh my god.
You will
die. But if you watch Jibe, he talks about all the little nice touches, and the whole credits for Warcraft 3 was done by the artists going off and like just having fun with it. And yeah, just like all those touches get lost when a corporation takes over and says, "No, you can't waste time on that. We don't have budget or time for that. We're not going to allow that. You can't put that in the game." There's a lawyer over your shoulder now telling you what you can and can't do with your level. I don't want to work in that environment. Blizzard might not be able to stop Turtle Well, but they can severely hinder players' access to the game, at least where ISPs respect Blizzard legally. Yes, they can. They can definitely do harm. And I'm sure they will do harm. Because they cannot compete. If Blizzard could put out their own version of Classic Plus that could compete with Turtle Well, they wouldn't need to do anything to Turtle Well, because theirs would just be the definitive version, and it would be better. Which is what Blizzard has always done in the past. No matter what other people put out, they always had the better Warcraft, the better StarCraft, the better game, the better MMORPG. Now? Now they have to do legal matters in order to compete. Now they need infinite profits. Oh, good lord. From what I hear in the rumor mill, they actually are working on a Classic Plus. Maybe they are, but if they were, it might be years off. How did I put on Badge at the Swarm Guard? I guess for this. Or it's just the fact that despite having nice memories of some areas, all of that is ignored because it has nothing to do with the current threat, Voidwalkers. Yeah, maybe. I think it's just more that the fine touches are gone. The little Easter eggs. The feeling that a human being crafted things. Season of Discovery 2, Electric Boogaloo? Yeah, maybe.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
This is enchant gloves super. Okay, I thought agility came from the bears. Huh. Fire spells by 57. Wow. Is Garrosh a thing on Turtle? Is he going to be? No. Yeah, Garrosh is his son, but when did he have that son? Doesn't make any sense. Garrosh on Turtle WoW would be a child. But why would we add Garrosh? Garrosh is a character that was part of an expansion that did a bunch of wacky stuff. Turtle WoW should be making their own characters. I'm trying to help with that. That's why we have Detective Darksight. Detective Darksight is on the case. Just a nod and a middle finger to the Raiders? Eh. I think this needs to be less about vengeance and more about just creating something good. Because, you know, what's the point? what's the point, really? Is this Bob? Yeah, it's Bob. Did you ever ask the TWoW devs about their marketing? It seemed very poke the bear. That's what everyone keeps saying, that it's like, oh, it's taunting Blizzard, blah, blah, blah. I don't know about if it doesn't matter. Like, Blizzard was going to do those things when they were going to do those things. Pointing out how you're better than Blizzard's shit is just good business. It's just good marketing. Because Blizzard sucks, and everyone knows it. Activision Blizzard King, a Microsoft company, is not capable of making something that Blizzard, even under Vivendi, was capable of making. Corporate necrosis has set in. Shit's done. It's over. And the whole idea that they're poking the bear, Blizzard was going to come for them eventually anyways. They were going to come for all the private servers as soon as there was a monetary advantage to doing so. As soon as money was on the table, and they were like, oh shit, they're actually doing well, and oh shit, people are not coming to our game as much because they have an option, an alternative. That's when they were going to come for them anyways. So you can call it poking the bear if you want, but it absolutely changed nothing. Absolutely changed nothing at all. So it's just a ridiculous notion to me. They are a corporation. They're not like a gentle giant or whatever the hell people are thinking in that analogy of poking the bear. They're not a sleeping bear. They're a money-hungry maw. And as soon as they see more money over there, we better stop them from getting that money so we can get that money. Om nom 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 nom. That's what's happening. So, yeah. Oh, I've got another WoW open. Put out. Money is on the table now that they're making Classic Plus for sure. Yeah, 100%. This is in anticipation of a Classic Plus release of something. Assuming that's actually what they're doing, and assuming they're actually capable of making it. They're a giant, but their limbs are rotting. By the time they're noticing it, it's just moving too slow and too bad. Well, no, they're rotten to the core at this point. I've been talking about the corporate necrosis of Blizzard and other companies for a very long time. I should do a State of the Games 2025. I keep saying I'm going to do it, and then I never do it. 2025 is a very nice
5,
number.
4,
Quarter century.
2, 1.
Totem of Life. Robes of the Guardian Saint. I'd like your take of a State of the Games 2025, or do you have any insight to Blizzard's internal culture after their Microsoft purchase? Any changes from the Devil Kotick? More corporate, more structured, more threats, more big fat NDAs. Yeah, I know how Microsoft works. I worked for In Exile for a period of time, and the contracts and the NDAs you sign with those are kind of insane. So going when I was working on Reforged, it was under Activision Blizzard, and that was a very different experience than working for In Exile. It was a lot more loose. I think at the time Blizzard had more freedom, but this was before Mike Morhaime left Blizzard too. So they probably had more autonomy as well at that point. After Morhaime left, autonomy was reduced to almost nothing. No one would talk to me anymore. And at that point, it was probably just corporate doom. I'm trying to think, how should I do this? Let's do this, actually. I like having the Sinister Strike on T. Is there anything else I should do? I could switch to haste, actually, here. That might actually... That's a waste of a agility food, but I'll do it. Microsoft remains to be an incompetent mess. They're fumbling all their IPs. Why would Blizzard titles be any different? Exactly. They wouldn't. They 100% gonna be
5,
the same
4,
bullshit
3,
that
2,
they do with everything.
1.
Oops. Poison. Oh. I still can't believe people pay $15 a month to play this same game. Yeah. What I can't believe is that people want to play retail at this point. That's what I don't understand. It's like, is it even Warcraft at this point? Like, some sort of weird space odyssey. It should be called Warcraft 40K. They should just add Space Marines. Gauntlets of the Righteous Champion. Sliverblade. Sent me a screenshot, but I forget what it was. There are millions of people who joined far after vanilla and just enjoy the endless loop of dungeons and raids to grind for gear, only to be obsolete in a few months. I really don't get it. Same. I really don't get it either. Like, I want to be in a living, breathing world, and at some point you have to hit cap, and like that progression needs to sort of like stop, and you can just explore the world. And then I want new places to go and new dungeons to like crawl through as a rogue, and Easter eggs to find. Like, they just never built out the world. They never built out the world the way that I thought that they would. Because you gotta remember that original classic WoW was rushed through. Like, we were just slamming quests down in different areas to get it done. So there was always sparsity. There was always more things that could be added. And it just never happened. Oops. It's a love child of a mobile game and TikTok drama. Yeah. The fact that they were making a World of Warcraft for mobile, predominantly for China, it seems, and then that became a new expansion for Warcraft, for the retail, kind of says it all. There's a lot to do these days in retail. That's my opinion, along with millions that play it. I enjoy all versions of the game. Fair enough. There is a lot to do. It's just that it obsoletes all of my raid experiences and makes that uninteresting content now. I don't like my character being reset every year for a new expansion. I don't like all of my weapons and armor being obsolete. I don't like the striation of the player base being split across all these different expansions. I don't like being forced to level fast in order to get to the high-end content. I don't like how lonely it is at the lower-end content where there's no one else to play with because they've all moved on to the latest retail, whatever, gobbledygook. Retail is basically all the things I hate about MMORPGs at this point. Like Dark Age of Camelot, I think, is still one of my favorite ones. Sometimes less is more. Totally. But it's not like Turtle WoW does less. Turtle WoW does more. It's just in the same scheme, the same leveling arc of a level 0 to, or 1 to 60. And so when you level your next character, you get to experience more of that new content. You go to Baelor, you go to Northwind. Where the hell is it? Lazy coding in there. I don't play Battlefield 6 for what it is either, because I don't care about that either. Sure.
5.
I would play
4,
retail if I had
3,
friends or family that play it,
2,
but playing it right now seems like a
1.
treadmill. It is a treadmill, and it's a treadmill where it resets you back to 0 every expansion. Like when Turtle put out the new raid, I didn't feel like I had lost something. But whenever Retail WoW put out a new expansion, I felt like I had completely wasted all my time. I am slept. I can't move. Let me move. Damn. 23 strength, 18 agility. That's plate. Do you think there's even a sliver of a chance that Microsoft would consider Turtle's open letter? If they haven't been considering it, then they're fucking mentally challenged idiots. Because they can make all the money in the world with private servers having licenses. Because no matter what variation of WoW you like at that point, there's something for you. It's the same with Minecraft. And if they've made so much money with Minecraft, why wouldn't they be doing the same thing with World of Warcraft? Now here's the thing, and this is just a suspicion of mine. The player housing, I think, could potentially be the first step towards licensing servers. And I say that because why build a tool as how would I put it? Not diverse. Why would you build a tool like that unless you were planning to hand it over to players to do more than just housing? Yeah, you can do, like, look at the versatility in their housing thing. It looks to me like it's designed for players to be able to build interiors. And what's the number one thing that was lacking in World of Warcraft? Interiors. being able to build your own, being able to build dungeons and houses and interiors of places was always the weak point of World of Warcraft, because all of that had to be custom done by hand in like 3D Studio Max and Maya. I think they use 3D Studio. And so there was very few of them. There's like only like 3 or 4 different dungeon cave things. If you go and look, there's like not a lot of interiors. So maybe with player housing, the plan for players to build content might come to fruition. And then private servers are... I'm fucked. Check W indeed. The open world will be buzzing with housing. Well, I don't know how the housing works in that situation. I'm not clear on if it's instanced or how it works exactly. Oh my god, the comms are so loud today. Alright, we don't want any of these on my bar right now. We have to switch to Corrosive 2 here because these guys are immune to normal poisons, so Corrosive 2, Corrosive 1 for the twins. All old world content will drop housing items. Yeah, it's like a T-Mog for your house. And I think that's great. That's probably the most exciting feature I've seen added to retail in 15 years. You're not confident they connected the dots as well as... Well, you may be correct. I may be... Much like when Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard and removed Bobby Kotick, I have this fantasy in my head where they actually come back to form in some fashion. So there's still a little bit of Kool-Aid in me, maybe. I don't know. But then I realize, you know, it is a megacorp. Microsoft is currently in the midst of murdering Xbox, destroying their brand reputation, and absolutely shitting on their longtime consumers. So, what hope can there really be for Blizzard, the Blizzard portion of Microsoft, to actually do anything autonomously in the first place? Very little, based on what I saw from In Exile. How does Midnight's housing relate to the framework of supporting licensed private servers? Because if you're going to support licensed private servers, you need to provide tools for people to build those private servers in some fashion, to customize those private servers. Otherwise, it's not really going to work like Minecraft. With Minecraft, it's quite easy. And those tools exist in a variety of forms. For World of Warcraft, it's way hard. It's like super hard. It's not so easy to make a private server, and it's definitely not easy to do it well. So they would need to provide all those tools in order for that to be a viable option. So, in the back of my head, as a game developer who has some business sense, housing seems like a first step towards that process. But that doesn't mean it's true. That's just wishful thinking on my part. I'm probably very wishful. In fact, I'm just going to mark it as fantasy at this point.
5, 4, 3.
Because it
2,
is fantasy
1.
at this point, unfortunately. Tell you what, though, if anyone from Microsoft is watching, go ahead and make me president of Blizzard, and I can fix all this shit and get all the goodwill back.
2, 1.
I haven't used any of my cooldowns yet.
3.
Alright, I'm just gonna save these combo points so that I can open a big old can on him on this next teleport. Blah! I feel like I'm at an angle. Yay.
No.
Delta, the Fallen Emperor. You'd love for Blizz to support private servers as like alternate timelines of WoW or whatever, but housing has been in the WoW pipeline for over a year at this point, way before. Yeah, I know. I'm saying it's been potentially in the pipeline to have private servers for a long time. Again, as soon as Microsoft bought them, that was my suggestion to Microsoft employees. I contacted 1 or 2 people there and said, this is what you should be doing. You should be doing private server WoW. We don't know what they're doing behind the scenes, but housing could be the first part of that realization of WoW private servers similar to Minecraft, because the monetary value there is so fucking obvious. You just have to build the tools to do it. And I think that's what housing is. I think it's the first set of tools for building private WoW servers. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's cope, maybe whatever. But again, just because you didn't see them announce anything about it doesn't mean it's not happening. There we go. I can't see. Vanilla's beta had an idea for housing that got scrapped for time constraints. FF14 has housing and it's well received. I don't think the idea for housing is poor, just for whales, and it gives longevity to old content. Yeah. You hope I'm right? I hope I'm right too, but I'm probably wrong. It would be a much better ecosystem for WoW, and everyone who's complained about not getting their version of Classic Plus would be able to get their version of Classic Plus. And all these people who have spent years and years of their lives building stuff for WoW would be able to make a living off of it. Ah, for fuck's sake. What are you talking about, Kinko? Oh, that's why. I can't see through anyone, so I can't see where the freaking mobs are. Alright, there we go. FF14 isn't procedurally generated? Right, they have instanced housing. Oh boy. You're comparing to Minecraft, not FF. Imagine people having a housing in an underdeveloped area, and 2 years later the area is used for another expansion. Then what do you do with those players' houses? You... Oh, you dumb ass. No, you fuck. Oh my god, what are you doing? Oh, now I'm fucked. Hey. Where's my zapper? Fuck. Oh, I gotta get bag shui. There. Oh, I gotta click this off? Alright. You can decide to have your instance be guild only. Anyways, you're thinking too small. I think the housing could, if I'm correct, which I'm probably not, housing would only be the first part of a set of tools for building out the worlds. I just said, what's the weakest part of World of Warcraft in terms of like spaces? It was always in interiors. So this allows you to build out quite complex and interesting interiors, and players are quite creative with those tools already. So it solves that problem. So that's all I'm saying. In terms of like full-on private servers with like a full set of tools to completely customize your private server, it would be the smartest thing for them to do. Will they do it? I don't know. Probably not. Did I put my badge of the Stormguard in the... Fuck. Seems like a net positive to me, considering it's been a need players have asked for a while. This is essentially an extension of character expression, just like transmog. Totally agree. And it's something that I would like to see in Turtle WoW as well, but in a slightly different way. It also gives a reason to run old content in retail. Yes, it does. So it will revitalize those portions of the game. Because you'll want to get all the stuff for your house so you can make different houses. But player housing only matters, really, if you can show it to other people or it has functionality that you're going back there for constantly. So hopefully they're thinking about the game mechanics involved in that. Alright, let me think here. Let's deadly and corrosive 2. Also, who did that? For backlash. Divine intervention. You gain divine intervention, but it doesn't say who cast it. Who cast divine intervention on me? FNL saved me. FNL is the one who saved my ass. Alright, did I... Oh shit. All this is gonna drop. Don't worry, Medivh, I got you.
5, 4, 3.
Location is as important
2,
as interior, and if that's not a
1.
factor, I'm out. I agree. You can't place a house anywhere, but you can place your house in a location inspired by Durotar and the Barons. Inspired by... Yeah. Alright, let's just watch for... Alright, get out. Here comes the sweep. Sweepy sweep. Oh. Meh. Sweep in 4 seconds. Get out. Sweep. Wormhide protector, skin. Let's. Oh, I already have that. Skin of the Great Worm, 4 rows intact hide. The Burrower's Shell absorbs 900 damage. That's pretty good. Pretty good for PvP. Oh boy, itchy nose. Seems weird to say do it my way or don't do it at all. Yeah. No, they can do it however they want. It's just whether or not you individually will choose to play. Which is fine. You have every right to your personal preferences. And do I have Vanish? I do not. I have to wait here until this nonsense ends. That's what housing is. It's someplace and it has an interior. If you're not part of the overworld anywhere but in a dedicated neighborhood, it feels like a limitation. I mean, I agree. I like the way that Dark Age of Camelot did it, which is that they had neighborhoods, and in those neighborhoods, you had housing, and in the housing, you would have to like rent a place, basically. Who died there? Oh, it wasn't directed at me? It's alright. Even if it was, it's fine. That's how I was doing it? What? The prison inmates who go there between shifts and chores. What? I don't know. I hope that player housing is the first step towards private servers. That is the only reason I could think to build tools that robust, is either they believed that without player housing, players would not play retail anymore, or it would bring back a large contingent of players, or they are planning to do something with private servers, and this is like the first step in building tools that those people who want to make private servers could have. And it would democratize creating private servers because the tools are so easy to use that anyone could make them. Anyone could make one. I hope that's the case.
Your friends will abandon you.
We'll go with agility. You keep saying Blizzard is dead. Don't give them the hope. You're doing it to... I know, I'm sorry. You're right. It's been dead a long time. The Blizzard that we know, we knew and loved, that made great games, that is dead. That's never coming back. I'm just saying that this... I had some hope at some point that this Microsoft version of Blizzard would be smart enough to do something amazing with this new IP that they got that they want to see perform. And maybe not. Let's refresh Deadly. At the end of the day, I play Turtle because I love its slower paced content that feels like it really matters, but many obviously love retail and its seasonal style content. They play the patch. Yeah. That's why I play Turtle too. I mean, originally I played Turtle because I wanted to play my old quests, and there was literally no way to play my old quests as they were in the original game. And Turtle WoW provided that option. The Blizzard that you knew might have done housing in the fashion you imagine, but this is definitely not done because it's a doorway towards content creation. Well, it's to sell shit. Because now you have a house and you want to customize it a specific way. Now you can just buy stuff. That's what it's. That's what it is. But regardless, it does seem like you would not, from a corporate perspective, you would not invest time into building this level of tools to put into players' hands unless there was additional motivation. Is selling stuff that you can put in your house the only motivation? Maybe. Maybe they're only seeing that far ahead, and maybe the private server thing is just my pipe dream. Probably. Probably is just my pipe dream. Where is it? Where is it? Where the F are... There. Alright, we're gonna put this over here. Never mind. I put my badge of the Stormguard in the bank. I'm just gonna try alternating between Kiss into Slayers and see how it goes. See how it works. The black market? Or what is it called? The Blizzard in-game shop with extra steps? I mean, that's... I mean, that's where they make all their money. So, you know, I cannot that might be the primary motivation for player housing, is to sell you a bunch of stuff, rugs and curtains and all sorts of stuff, and asset packs and Halloween, or sorry, what is it? Hallows End? Hallows End and October Festival, or whatever they call it in WoW. I can't remember. It could be to sell you all those things. That could be
5,
the primary motivation
4,
behind player
3,
housing.
2, 1.
I did not check where I'm located. Zenrai. I'm not on this list. Oh shit. Where am I? Fuck. I don't know where I am. I'm in group 6? Where the fuck am I supposed to go? I can't. I think I'm supposed to be here. Where is it? Okay, it's that way. I don't know where I need to be. That's the problem. I think it's here? Alright, I don't know what I'm doing. That was chaotic. I couldn't quite find a space, and I was worried about a chain. Can't wait for the $90 rug brought to you by Bobby's Ghost. Oh, man. Where's the big one? Oh, here it is. So Remnants drops twice. Wait. What? You can actually buy cosmetics with real money, but the trading post is separate. Oh. Which you can bypass with WoW tokens. Oh. You can't use gold for the trading post? It uses a special currency only given for completing tasks every month? I see. Either way, they're going to monetize it somehow, like they do with everything. Yeah, of course. You can't not monetize that if you're Microsoft. Am I playing on Embershire? I am not. Not yet. I thought about making a character there, but I don't want to. I really am hesitant to start over again. Zenrai is kind of my character. This is like my Turtle WoW character, and I kind of don't want to. I don't like playing any of the other characters that I've made so far. I did play a lot of them up to 60, or I played a warrior up to 60 because I wanted to understand how warriors work in terms of tanking and how frustrating it is, because it is. And I've got a priest up to 49 who's on slow and steady, so I'm gonna get. I think I will eventually get that priest to 60 as well. And then I have a mage at 42 or something for porting or people around. And I just leveled a warlock to 20 just to have a scout and a porter. But other than that, I really just think of Zenrai as my character, and everything else is sort of supplementary to that, and I don't really enjoy playing them as much. You know what's popular? Cocaine is also. What the heck? What conversation is going on here? Yeah. Retail is some people's crack. What can you say? Getting 600 tokens every 6 months or 2 years for the expansion gives you like 2 pieces of gear versus the 1,000 you get every month. Stuff can be unhealthy, predatory, and people might still like it. Yep, that is true. It's still pretty heavily incentivized to keep you playing. Yeah, well, they don't want you to disengage from the game, because if you disengage from the game, you're not going to play. Excuse me. Oh. Uh-oh. I don't like the treadmill aspects, but I find it interesting to hear player psychology, what people do and do not like and why. Yeah, there are many types of players, though. Not everyone fits under the same sort of paradigm. But there is the gameplay loop is one of those immutable facts of game design. If you create a good gameplay loop, people will engage with it, and then they'll continue to run that treadmill, as some would call it. The point is that it should be fun. I just fundamentally disagree with virtually everything that retail does compared to the classic game, which despite being an unfinished mess turned out great. Right, and what I think of Turtle WoW is I think Turtle WoW is polishing that original game because it's worth working on that and saving it and preserving what they created there. And Blizzard has added expansion after expansion and not done that. And that's just a shame. Were we killing something? Did you need me or no? Okay. Can invite Zenride. So you're not doing an official MC? Guild MC? No, we did a full MC last time, right? I'll scrape 20 people. Okay. Would love to preserve the original game. Turtle WoW does a great job emulating the original. It's perfect for people who know classic like the back of their hand. Yes. They know the game so well and built on it so well. Okay. I don't know if they're inviting me or not. Let's go to Orgrimmar. Good night. Oh, good night, Swift. Retail, in the meantime, has like 20 expansions. 18 are technically irrelevant to the current timeline and are there for transmogs, but are otherwise empty, despite millions playing it. Well, that is the curse of it expansion-focused WoW. Is that each expansion empties out as people move to the next expansion. So it's just kind of frustrating. Alright, I'm not 100% sure what they're doing or if we're doing an MC, so I'm going to do my dailies. Oh, and I have logs to look at while we fly around.
Hello, man. How are you?
You haven't seen a single soul in retail until you've gotten to level 23? Oh. Yeah. I don't know, whenever I make a new character on Turtle WoW, I'm always running into someone. Oh, man. Huh? You mostly play solo, but it's fun to meet strangers? Yeah, I like encountering other people in the world. It feels like a lived-in world, because it's literally a lived-in world. As you say, each expansion hollows out the previous content, therefore we should stop calling it expansions and call it what they are, standalones. I guess. It's just, I mean, it's so obvious that it's problematic, because they literally sell you tokens, or what are they? They're level ups. They literally sell level ups so you can just skip the old content because there's no one there and there's no one playing it. And it's no longer interesting. And in some cases, they change all the numbers so that the fucking, you know, you've got Molten Core that drops like 1 hit point things. It just doesn't make any sense. It makes the world less immersive and feel less epic, and it's just so weird that they scaled the damage the way they did. Turtle WoW's doing it right. There's very minute linear increments here and there on the new weapons and stuff.
Don't be shy. Be serious.
I'm listening to them do the Atiyesh fight. I asked them to invite me, but no one invited me, so I'm just gonna keep. I'll just do my dailies until they're done, and then we might do Molten Core. I'm not sure. Maybe I should try a different path. And so normally I would port to Sands, but maybe I go to Ashenvale from here. They also increased the leveling speeds, so you're paying to skip 60 levels, but that's done in a week instead of 2 to 3 months. Right. Which, like, that's not what I want. I don't want the leveling speed to go up, and for me, actually that was my experience when I started playing retail WoW again was that I quickly outleveled the zone and ended up skipping all the quests and just moving on to the next area before I had sort of understood the story and what was going on. And it was yes. So at one point you're paying $60 to skip 3 hours? What the fuck? I don't understand the mentality. Because if you're not enjoying the world and like sort of immersing in it, certainly I think fast leveling destroys that immersion. At least for me. I know there are people who just want to get to the end content as fast as possible. Some people come to Turtle WoW and they try to do that and then like, oh, it's so slow, and it's like, chill out. Do a quest. Explore a new area. See something you haven't seen before. There's Fellowship that's only a raiding dungeon now. You just queue for dungeons and nothing else? It's like the World of Warcraft without the world. This ATS fight sounds interesting. It's unfortunate I didn't get an invite. Oh shit. I went the wrong way here. Alright. Moonwell. Fellowship is a standalone game, basically the end game content people seem to want. Not familiar. I mean, there's certainly a case to be made for Warcraft boss rush mode or something, but certainly not the game that I wanted to play. I like just being in the world. And I especially like all the Easter eggs and stuff that the Turtle WoW team slips in. In fact, I wouldn't mind opening up their tools, learning them, and like slipping in new Easter eggs and stuff. New mini quests. Little surprises here and there. I guess that's what Ascension WoW is. That's why I'm actually probably gonna try it out. And see if I enjoy it. Did they get a cease and desist too? Or rather, did they get a lawsuit? I don't think they got a lawsuit yet. I guess they haven't grown big enough yet to bother. Alright, we got the toads. Now do we go to the... Oh, shoot. No, that's an EPL. So there's no fast way there. Also, I didn't get the Juju Kimball yet. So I actually have to go back to Orgrimmar. I did this the worst way possible. Amazing. You like progression in the game, and at max level progression is slower and slower and not in your hands anymore, but lockouts and 39 other teammates. I see. I just like that there's a finality to this version of WoW. You hit 60 and then you're pretty much as powerful as you're going to get, and it's just about builds and different items and raiding, which you don't have to do. You can just explore the world if you want. Now, a lot of that exploration is still going to be empty, though, because it's a huge world and there's not something everywhere, but it's at least interesting, especially if it's mostly new to you.
What can I do for you?
Would be nice if I could help out ironing out the empty spots. Yeah. I don't know. Gotta go eat. All right. Later, KT. I don't know if you want to join the Turtle WoW team as a developer at this particular moment in time. I don't think that would be the smartest move. But, Everlook Broadcast makes content. We're safe. It's just not in-game content. Unless you count the radio.
Who you be? How you doing, man?
What? Oh. I don't need to turn this in. What am I doing? take the Zeppelin to Kargoth. I hope. Shit.
Time is money, friend. Be good.
All right. Let's look at the logs. Not a good day for Zenrai damage. Unfortunate. So, yeah, our early deaths definitely contributed to a significant loss in overall DPS. Deselect all. The profits. Very bad. The bug family. I died before I did pretty much any damage at all. Wow, I did less than 8k. That is sad. Battle Guard Sartura did okay. Ban Chris the Unyielding, #1. Ischitus. That's really just your sapper charge at this point. Yeah. How did he do 8k with a sapper charge? Twin Emperors. #1. Significantly #1. Corrosive 2. 7k. Corrosive 1. 3k. Interesting. 42k with dissolvent poison? Jesus. What build is this? Auto attacks suffer though. Interesting. Uro, #2. Cthulhu. Cthulhu, unfortunately, I didn't get to get in on the first part because I was worried about a chain occurring if I got too close. My space wasn't really open, but I participated on the back half of that, so... It just shows how much each individual fight and your performance on each fight can matter in the overall. Like, you can be #1 in 2 fights, but if you face Matt the first one, it doesn't matter. Still not terrible. Let me check my calendar. I might have some events today for Engines of Fury. Nothing. What the? That's funny. That's a trickster's helmet. No, that's dark mail? No. It must be T-mogged. Renataki's charm of trickery. Increase energy by 60. Interesting. They're gonna vendor an ATS. What? Okay. You're back? You went to eat and came back? Wow. Yeah, we're gonna go try to do MC. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I have the call to arms molten assault, so we're good. Playing Combat Rogue after playing Noxious for 2 months makes you just realize Noxious is so much easier in terms of rotation and positioning, but Combat has higher top end damage. Yeah. Yep. I use Noxious Assault for farming, and when I need to DPS for raids, I go daggers, because then I don't have to worry about the back facing and all that shit. The comms are just wild. Let's see if we can get myself some fire essence here. I just like to see the big damage of the backstabs. Pow pow. That's why I want that Rift Carver so bad. And that's why the leg wraps of meticulous planning were so interesting to me. Because I want to see massive ambushes, and this might help me deliver those. Even though it's kind of obviously a druid item, but it has rogue on it. Rogue and druid opening. Damn, it's so red. I should probably order a coffee or something. Just ordered some breakfast, even though it's noon now. Do you think? I don't think this would make any difference. But I was watching the damage on the Sevas. Sevas was using Noxious Assaults, and definitely was focused on poison damage. So that was interesting. I have not seen the Dissolvent, or what was it? Yeah, Dissolvent 2. I've not seen Dissolvent 2 out damage the auto attacks before. You don't need a lure if you're max? Right, I don't think I need a lure. And I'm more than max, so. BRM. Wait, it's BRM. I don't know what BRM is. Oh, Black Rock Mountain. Oh, that's this. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you don't need a lure, I guess. I've never had a fish, what do you call it? I've never had a fish escape. Not that they're fish, they're coal and skulls, but... And sometimes fire essence. Come on, fire essence. Summons? You can catch them in the raid proper while the team is loitering or resurrecting. Yeah, I know. I like to fish at Ragnaros's corpse. But it doesn't seem to matter where you fish. It's the same chance for fire essence throughout, so whether it's inside or outside seems to be irrelevant. At least as far as I can tell. Actually, you know what would tell me? Fishing buddy. Fishing buddy would tell me. Fishing buddy, fishing buddy. Shows us. Alright. Not that, not that, not that, not that. Oh, here. Molten span. 4.4% on fire essence. Is the inside the same though? So it would count them both as the same thing. Dark Shore. Why did it open them all up? What the shit? Here. No, wait. What? Hold up. Molten core. 5.2%. Blackrock Mountain, 4.3%. So it seems maybe internally, well, it could just be RNG. I don't know why this thing, it collapses, but then it like uncollapses everything, and I don't know why. It's so annoying. Oh well. So it looked like a 5% chance inside and a 4% chance outside. Not a huge difference, but in the long run, maybe. What will I HR today? I need the molten. I need the shoot. I need the cape, shrouded mists, and I need molten corehound. Molten corehound. Where are you? Hey, Essence of Fire, that's what I'm looking for. There we go. What the shit? Whoa, 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 whoa. You can't just do that to someone. Do you know how little bag space I have? Three, 6, 9, 12. Head leg belt. Create a belt. Look at that slow ass bar. Is that going to be enough? Does Nax have a loot table for fishing yet? No. Or unless they slipped it in and I didn't notice. Where is everyone? Can I... Alright, I can keep fishing. No, it's not full. Get over here. Start running. You think these rogues need gear? Uh-huh. Thanks. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's great. Thank you. How is your Minecraft Enjoyers convention gonna go? God damn it. Aslan. Aslan being Aslan.
Just was wondering, is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke?
What?
We will.
What the shit? Just fucking started without saying anything. What? They did not make swords unplayable. You were talking absolute nonsense. No, it's not true. You're just exaggerating because you can't figure it out. No. No, hold on. Let people get inside the dungeon. This is the one for the quest. Let people get inside. Yes, we are waiting. Jesus Christ. Sure. You fucking goddamn it. I mean, if it were on Lothos, that would solve all of these issues. Well, they miss out on the dog boss. That's the price. No. No. What? These raid comms are wild. What? They didn't nerf swords. Swords are not nerfed. Nothing was nerfed. What are you talking about with this shit? You like? I still get out DPS'd. They are not substantial. There are no nerfs against swords. I don't know what you're talking about. Show me in the patch notes where you got hurt. Oh my god. Easy peasy. Ooh, ruined wardstone. Like to grab that for an off spec. Oh, I got us hard. Let's get Badge of the Swarm Guard back in my rotation here. And, What? Oh, right. What? Modrexon. Was Modrexon SR'd or no? Let's see. Oh, it was SR'd. Oh well. One extra attack on your next swing and increases damage by 12 for 8 seconds. Your extra attacks increase your attack speed by 10% for 6 seconds. Hmm? Oh, shrink shot. Oh, my food's taken forever. It's finally on its way. Hmm. Fire resist, shadow resist, adds 2 to your damage. See, I'd like to get that. Maybe. Sizzling. It adds 2 fire damage to your melee attacks. Does that factor into backstab or not? That's the thing. But either way, I would like it for shadow resist and fire resist gear. I guess off spec. I'm trying to build a fire and shadow resist set. How'd you pull these? How could this possibly have happened? What are you doing? Okay, what's going on? My coffee's here, I'll be right back. What? What the shit? Shoot. All right. Where are we? Whoa, 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 whoa. Bindings must drop. Ugh. Good loot, but not bindings. Oof. My audio is messed up. Maybe if I shut it off. It'll probably mess everything up. That fixed it. Woo. I'm not even on the class council, first of all. So. Second of all, you're not saying what everyone else is saying. You're saying what you're saying, and you're stupid. So. Oh my god. Just go look at the fucking what you call it. Look who's at the top DPS on the rogues, and it's all sword. It's all sword. Yeah, if you look on the DPS on turret logs, you can look up the top people by class. You look up all the rogues, then go look them up in the armory. They're all wearing fucking swords. Several of them have Thunder Fury, and they're out DPSing me. Yeah. I planted them. Yes, that's what happened. Yeah. I routinely get out DPS'd by sword rogues, so the idea that daggers are super overpowered and swords are over is so nonsense to me. Mm-hmm. Good lord. All right, I'm making it my life's mission to make sure that sword rogues are the lowest DPS in the game. Got it. What? How what? I called 411 and got the number for Blizzard, and then I called them and got the front desk. Because I know Macintosh computers. Okay, whatever. Ow. Guys, this has gone too far. That's disgusting. Yeah, you've gone too far now. Oh, I'm never unmuting you guys. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it's true. I think I killed my sound for the game. Quick strike and shoulders. All right, guys, my sound's messed up, and these guys are crazy, and my comms are going crazy. I'm gonna stop the stream so that I can reset my computer and get my sound back. But I don't think I'll continue the stream. It's just an MC. You guys don't want to watch that. Next will be AQ40, which is on in Saturday or Sunday. So I'll see you guys then. In the meantime, Engines of Fury should have launched on the Epic Store. It should launch within the next week. If not, go to my Discord. There's a code you can enter to play Engines of Fury right now. And give me some feedback on what you think. It's a top-down extraction shooter with action RPG elements. So if that interests you, go give it a go. The code to put on the Epic Store, to redeem on the Epic Store, is on my Discord in the Engines of Fury channel. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. See you next time. Bye.